Was good, yeah. Chapter 9 came out. Here's the guide in regards to 924, the very first boss fight. You'll be getting two. Number one, the low budget / low hero / low gear version. And then you get the endgame player version at the end, just as like a fun gimmick. So let's get straight into it. Heroes that you're going to need or that are helpful are someone like Isolde or Brock here, preferably tanks that just apply some kind of shield, some kind of damage reduction mechanics to units around them. So we have Isolde. Isolde, build-wise, tanky. So as much HP as possible, as much defense as possible. The rest is completely unimportant and the stats don't need to be as good. So high HP, high defense. Artifact-wise, a Bastion Ring unleveled is fine.
Our research begins.
Then the second tank, same thing, doesn't need to be Oleg. Just high HP, high defense, and you're done. Artifact-wise, if you have it, just throw another Bastion Ring on it. Then you need a marksman. Any marksman. Just any marksman, really. It's that simple. Just a marksman. In this case, we have Maul. You don't need as good stats. It's pretty much just me taking the easier route and just swapping a piece to destroy the set. So left side left side we have a set, right side we don't. The stats don't need to be nearly as good, but you can work with something like this, especially if you have a set. And artifact wise, we have a Sharpshooter's Crest. It's whatever. Then Vortex. Vortex, at least for this approach, is required. I guess you could also use a Gwendolyn, but you're better off just using a Vortex. Awakenings don't really play an important part. And you're going to just give him an artifact that pushes his max HP as high as possible. Same goes for gear. You want the max HP as high as possible, the attack speed as high as you can manage it, and then some healing effect, and you're done. Volker, if you have her, just give her honestly any gear. Tank gear doesn't matter, HP gear doesn't matter. The gear really, it's whatever, right? Artifact also whatever. Which brings us to Ein. No gear. He's just there for the Lord bonus. Then any mage. Soleil works, Karmet works, whoever works. Any mage. Any mage. And gear wise, what we're looking at, again, same, we destroyed the set. So just put on a set, get stats similar to this. You're gonna be fine. Next off the list we have Idril. Now Idril is actually required, at least for this approach, with making it work. Stat wise, obviously the higher you can push crit damage the better. Attack speed is nice, attack is also fine, and if you have it, give her an Idril's Gaze. So that's that. And there's one important fact, you want her HP, it honestly doesn't matter. Her HP doesn't matter, it's fine. And then you have a second mage. The only reason we have a second mage is because our first mage isn't strong enough. So you could also just have a strong mage and then you wouldn't even need Iona. Lastly, we have Dolores. Dolores Invigoration set build with high attack and 40% rage region. Doesn't need to be a Vigoration set. The attack doesn't need to be as high. And artifact is going to be Keen Wisdom. So let's get straight into the stage. Alright, it's time for this stage and our first step is to put in Idril. So Idril is just going to start generating some rage. And then we'll be placing in a tank. The tank really doesn't matter. Could be anyone as long as they don't die by the enemies hitting them, right? So just put in a tanky unit and then Vortex. Vortex is going to be the key for us to actually survive. And honestly, that's already pretty much the whole the whole mechanic. So right here, you'll be putting in your mage, preferably your stronger one, especially if you're using two. Or if you're just using Viana Karmet with a set, you're going to be able to deal with these units easily with a single unit. So as soon as you then realize you have enough cost, you can then place in your Dolores. As well as also wait for this enemy to start something called the Charged League. That's why you kind of need to hold on to your cost. Okay, he doesn't do it yet, so we can activate Idril into Dolores to start attacking him. And now we're just going to fast forward time. There you go. Charged League means you need to place a unit that is not adjacent to any of your units. So either here, 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 or right here for a ground unit. And then there's two scenarios. If your unit dies against the charged leak, that's good. You don't need to do anything. And if they survive the charged leak, you just remove them. So yeah. This charged core mechanic is pretty simply resolved. As soon as it hits the E from charged core, you just ult with Vortex, and Vortex is going to keep every one of your units alive. Perfect. You could have placed the mage in a bit earlier, but it's just about playing safe and having enough mana for this charged leak. So on the note of charged leak, we're going to place in Volker. Volker is going to hit, but she actually survives, so we then take her out. And then the charged burst is again going to hit absolutely nobody. By the time all these small units actually come in, you can activate the ability of your tank and the abilities of your mages, or mage, whoever you chose and how good your gear is. And then you can just again start to take care of these guys. Here's another charge leak, which means you just place in a new unit, let that unit get hit. And by the time those scholars are mostly dealt with, you can again start on Idril, introduce Dolores, take the unit out before the charge burst so he doesn't heal, and then your Idril will start whittling the enemy down. If your DPS is so high that you hit the charged core before Vortex actually finishes, you're just going to wait a bit with with activating Idril's ultimate. So another charged leak, which means we just put in another sacrificial unit. Unit dies. And the next charged core mechanic happens at 30%, and depending obviously on the DPS of your Idril, it either already happened or for us it's going to happen a bit in the future. So charged burst is again going to hit absolutely nobody, which means we'll be waiting for the next charged leak to happen. Charged leak, there you go. You can just use whoever. And by the time this second guy closes in, you want to activate the ability of your tank if it makes him tankier, right? And then go with your double mages. There you go, charged burst, so don't forget to take out the unit that you've put in. And if in between here he hits the 30% mark, just again remember to activate your Vortex for the charged core mechanic. So yeah, as you can see, we hit the 31%, charged core is happening, we can wait, activate Vortex as ultimate. The important part is you do it before he gets stunned, and then you're done. So right here, now we just wait for everyone to get unstunned, whenever that happens, and then we can go with Idril and Dolores. So charge leak, same thing, Volker in, let her get hit, and Idril is going to take care of the boss. Alright, there you go, stage done. Onto the speed version. Oh yeah, obviously, if you appreciate this, feel free to leave a like, consider subscribing, leave a comment if you actually struggled with this stage. And if you want to see guides in regards to the non-boss stages, do tell me, because I'm not planning on them unless people do actually need them. So let me know if you do need the non-boss stage guides or any specific stage if you do think it's difficult. Alright, time for no bullshit. So Vortex in. Comet in. Tank in. Sealers in. Honestly, could be any strong marksman, but Sealers just makes himself quite well. So ultimate of your mage, in this case Comet. Sealers ultimate, you can bring in Hollow. As soon as you see the charge core mechanic, by the time it hits E, just ult. Refresh Rage with Hollow. Before charge leak happens, just place a unit in, take them out. And use Sealer's ult again. Use Laurel to boost Vortex. Charge core, same shit. Charge core hits E, use. Charge Leak, place on a unit to tank it. Use ultimate of Mage. Use Hollow's ultimate. Take out the target. Use Sealers, profit, win, GG, wait for the third wave to happen and finish the game. So yeah, could also be like a Sargak, but I mean Sealers is just too good for this. You could also just use another, but pretty much you just want that 5 rage to hit him, because if you place a unit here, he can hit them with basic attacks and that just turns everything a bit more annoying. So yeah, honestly I'm pretty certain you can do the last waves yourself, but we're just going to do it. So big boy enemies come in. As soon as they all get pretty close, you can just activate your ultimates. Karmit, massive monster. Sealers, massive monster. Let the enemies walk in, and then it's game over. So come on, last enemy. And job done. See ya.